let's talk about how to make a good staccato articulation with our bows. Okay, we'll start with an open string. I'll start on my D string because that's just a nice neutral. And can you see the sideways version of my bow there? Notice, remember this feature of the bow hold. If I have my bow like that, then when I push like that, I can get a little bit of purchase on the bow without pressing with my arm. So I'm going to just take my thumb, go up like that while I'm holding the bow, and that makes the stick go down closer to the string like this. Okay, that's how we can apply more traction without a lot of extra work, and we can easily decide how much we want. We can do just a little bit more, we can do a lot more. Okay, so bow push-ups. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Just kind of fool around with that. Okay, now for a nice clear beginning to a note, if I have my bow flexed so that the stick is about halfway to the string, if I don't relax that, it'll sound like this. Okay? But if I have just a little bit of flex and then right when I start pulling the bow, I release it, but don't take the bow off the string, it'll sound like this. Hear that nice clean punctuation at the beginning? Okay, it's a little trickier on the up bow, but you can still do the same thing. Get it about flexed about halfway, and right when you start to move the bow, release the pressure, but keep the bow on the string and keep the bow moving like this. Sounds a little bit like a K at the beginning. Here's another one. Down bow, up bow. Okay, that's how you get a nice clean start to the note, like this. Here's a harder K. Here's a really hard K. Okay, if we add bow speed to that, we get what we call an accent. So you keep the flex a little bit longer and add extra bow speed. See, it's quite a strong sound that way. Okay? We can also decide how we want the end of the note to sound. And to do that, when I'm almost ready to stop moving the bow, I'm going to flex again. But I'm not going to flex it too hard, otherwise it'll grind like this. Here's a grind, okay? Alright? That's too hard and abrupt. I'm just going to flex it a little bit as I bring the bow to a stop like this. Okay? Here's what happens if I put a flex at both sides of the stroke. That's a really useful stroke. Okay, we can use that to add a lot of articulation and punctuation in our songs, especially if you're wanting to sound pretty cool on rock licks or something like that. That's a really useful stroke, but it's useful for every kind of music that I can think of. Okay, nice and clean, not too crunchy, just very well defined. Okay, work on the up bow as well as the down bow. You can make it be longer. Actually, that one I had a clean beginning, but I let the end of it taper off, so that was more of an accent. The staccato is well defined at both ends, like this. You can make it more defined. I don't think that one's as useful, but it's good practice to be able to do it if you want to. Okay, so work on that. It'll feel a little bit different on each string. You have to get your bow moving around. Okay. Same thing for each string. You just have to pay attention to how much traction and bow speed you want for the sound that you're after. Okay.